Okay, so we're gonna wait like 20 seconds. Everybody, so we're just gonna wait like 20 seconds just for this thing to kind of get going, so that the notifications can get pushed out to everybody, so people can start joining the stream, and then we'll begin in a little bit. So, if you are watching the replay, yeah, like 20 seconds. There you go. I think we finally went on. So if you're watching the replay, we're gonna wait a little bit for people to start joining, and we can begin in a little bit. So let's see. Okay, so I think we are good. People are starting to come in. Jesse's in chat. So hey everybody. Welcome to our October virtual meeting for the Honolulu Aquarium Society. And yes, this is a strange one. We are actually going live on a Thursday. For those of you who are familiar with the Aquarium Society and what we do, and what we have been doing virtually and what we have done in person in the past, we normally do things on Fridays, usually the first Friday of every month. But normally, yeah, we do things on Fridays. So this Thursday, date is a little different, but we hope people can make it in and join us today. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really good. And also, those of you may already know, we have an auction at the end. So for those of you who live on Oahu, you don't have to be a member. You can be a non-member, but you have to be living on Oahu. You can participate. We have some cool fish and plants that we're going to auction off. But that's going to happen later on at the very end of the stream after we are done with our presentation Q&A session. So anyways, as you see by the title, we have a very cool guest today. And are you in Japan right now, or are you in Singapore?
Yes, I'm in Japan. I live in Japan now. Yeah.
You live in Japan. Okay. So we have a very special guest. He is very big on YouTube, Instagram. He has a very nice social media following. His videos are very cool. Honestly, I love his channel because he, just does so many cool things in Japan. I don't want to get in. I want to get more into it later on. I don't want to spoil it, but we have Mr. Ryo Watanabe. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me. It's like my first ever live stream. I've never live streamed anywhere before, so it's kind of a different feeling. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's different than just talking to a camera for a video. Yeah, no, but we're excited too. We're really happy to have you here. This is like our second Japan guest in a row. Last
month was Steven.
We had Steven Chong. Yeah, last month we had Steven. So we're staying in Japan for this month. But we're really happy to have you here. So why don't you just tell us, who you are, what do you do, your channel, just basically introduce yourself to people that don't know who you are.
Well, I'm Ryo Watanabe, as you can probably tell. And where should I start? Where should I start? Well,
maybe like your channel, like.
Yeah, I started the channel back 2.5 years ago. So in 2017, I started the channel, and that was back in Singapore. I was just doing it for fun because I wanted to share my side of the hobby. So I started making videos for fun using my iPhone, a previous model to this. So I was using that, and yeah, I was just keeping fish, enjoying the hobby. And how I got into the hobby was I started keeping fish when I was really young, like 6 years old, 7 years old. My mom had a plastic container tank at home. It was quite a big size, so maybe around the same as this, 60 centimeters, but it was just plastic. And we had some live bearers like platies and guppies and stuff. And then after a while, we upgraded to a glass tank. and that glass tank was also, it was very cheap because we found it. It was free. So we upgraded to a glass tank, and we've kept fish until I was 10 maybe. And it was just easy fish, like live bears, and they would just breed in the tanks. It was quite fun to watch. But then after a while, we stopped keeping fish, and it was when I was in high school, I think. Oh no, yeah, high school. When I was in high school, 8th grade, my teacher, wait, is 8th grade high school? No, 9th grade. Sorry, ninth grade. Yeah, when I was in 9th grade, my science teacher had a fish tank in the classroom, and it was African cichlids. I thought it was the most amazing thing. It was a 4-foot-long African cichlid tank, and you'd see fish swimming around, and they're all so colorful. And then you'd see babies like swimming in between all the rocks and stuff, and it was just such a cool thing to see. So that kind of brought me back into the hobby, and straight after that, I went home. I took out that glass tank that we stopped using for a while. I took that out. It was a 60 cm, and I set it up, prepared it, waited a few weeks, and then I got some African cichlids myself. And it was just Malawi. So in a 6-foot tank, I didn't have that many, but it was fun to watch them swim around. And that's what brought me back into the hobby, my science teacher. So then after that, that wasn't on YouTube, by the way. It was much before that. So from there, it started growing, and I can't remember everything. I got into some monster fish. Like I was gifted 2 5-foot tanks at that time.
Oh wow!
So I got some pretty big fish like earth eaters. I think there's still a video about that on my channel, like one of the very first videos. I had like parrotfish, South American cichlids that were pretty large, and that was just yeah, just keeping fish for fun and enjoying it. And then after that, what? I don't know. I don't know where to go from there.
Well, you got into aquascaping somehow, as you can see. You're
aquascaping was mostly this year, the end of last year, 2019 and 2020. That's the years I got into aquascaping. So before that, it was mostly fish keeping, and well, I like plants from all the way back. I really like aquatic plants, and I would have plants in each of my tanks. But yeah, after moving to Japan last year and visiting Aqua Review, I think many people who watch my channel know that store by now. Yeah, I visited that store, and I was just amazed by all the planted tanks and aquascapes. It's just so beautiful and so clean. And that's really what got me into this right now. But
that's amazing. It's a really beautiful tank, and in Japan, you know, everyone should check out Ryo's channel. This tanks that you show in like your tours of the stores. Like, and I try to go every year, you know, to Japan, and I understand where you get the inspiration from. It's so easy to get inspired by all of the tanks that are there. It's really, really amazing to see everything. And because Japan is all ADA, right? It's Takashi Yamano.
ADA is the top brand here. There are other brands who make like kind of similar quality, but not as high level. So you'll see other brands making like low iron glass and quite high-end LED lighting and stuff, but ADA is like the top brand here. And the reason why I go for ADA is because, I mean, I think many people know the price is better in Japan, right? Than
definitely.
And also, it's not by a big difference. Say if you're going for one of the higher end products of another brand, and you're trying to decide whether to get that or to get ADA, the price difference is not that much. So you might as well just pay a little bit more and get ADA.
Yeah, exactly. The price difference is like compared to the prices here in the United States. It's like really it's depending on the product, but for the most part, you know, it's a discount. And yeah, like we don't get that, you know, for a lot of times in the United States, the difference can be a little bit more drastic. So like, you know, you're kind of
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
a little
I
bit.
see even back in Singapore, some of the things are like double the price, and it's kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't.
No, I buy all my
If
ADA
I
in
was in
Japan.
Singapore, I don't think I would be able to do this.
Yeah. No, I mean, like even that's why I have to get my stuff in Japan. Like in Hawaii, oh, getting all the ADA stuff is just too much. Like so that's a perk you have, a nice advantage for living in Japan. You get all the ADA stuff at a good price. Yeah. Well, anyways, why don't we talk a little bit more about your channel and the type of videos you do. So you do with a lot of you know, you show off your tanks too. You know, you had some, you know, you showed your aquascape sometimes, and you also do a lot of tours. So why
Yeah.
don't you tell us a little bit about like, the tours you do, some of the your most memorable ones. And I think we've actually toured some of the same stores. It was like the Aqua Forest in Shinjuku. I think
Yeah,
you went
yeah.
there and toured. Yeah, I think we both made videos on that. So you went to Sumida Aquarium too, right? Or
Yes.
yeah. So I know a lot about the stores you go to. They're amazing. But why don't you just tell us, yeah, like you know, what will have been your most memorable um tours that you've done, or most memorable videos that you have done for
Most
your channel?
memorable one, and the one that I think I I had the best time taking was the Sumida Aquarium one, because that really inspired me, and it it's huge. It's such a beautiful sight to see. So many large tanks right in front of you, and they're also well maintained. So that's one of my favorite ones. I wish I could have taken a longer video so that I can watch it back now and and enjoy it more. Um, but yeah, what else? Well, the reason why I got into doing store tours is because before I started YouTube, I was watching other people's fish store tours, like Michael's Fish Room. I was watching Aquarium Co-op do fish store tours, and that's kind of why I wanted to get into it. And I wanted to show people Singapore fish stores and show them what it's like there in Singapore. So that's why I started, and then it just started to grow from there. People said they liked the videos and they were interesting, because
Yeah.
it's another country, you don't get to see it often. So that's why I'm still doing it now. I think my channel is mostly my aquariums and fish store tours. That's like the two main things I focus on. So
Yeah, and yeah, no, like totally, like, um, I see your tours, and that's honestly what I like to do too, because you know, a lot of people here in Hawaii, it's like the stores here in Hawaii, what a lot of people here normally see, it's really different than what you see elsewhere, you know, in other countries. And I really like your Singapore videos because I don't really see too many people doing stores there. I remember I think you went to a plant farm, if I'm not mistaken, you went to a plant
in
farm in Singapore.
yes, yes.
Was it Singapore?
Yeah, and that's the video that kind of took my channel off in the beginning.
Hmm.
Was it last year? End of 2018. Yeah, it just kind of took off. So it
Yeah,
wasn't
that
the best
was
video, not the best quality. I was like shaking the camera around, and if you read all the comments, people will be saying they felt like throwing up. But that's kind of
oh,
my fault.
I get that too.
I was still new. I was still quite new with all the camera things, and
Right.
yeah, I didn't know much about how to take a good tour video. So,
Yeah.
so
It's
that was
just you just gotta get better over time. I had those comments when
it
I
takes.
go to Japan. A lot of times I'm in a rush because I think the last time I was there, I normally would have done a better, steadier job, but I had a flight to catch. So I was like in there. Oh, okay, let's just do a tour real quick. So I was shaky, but yeah, no, I totally get that. But you know, for the most part, for me, I just prefer the content. Like if you know, we don't see that often. We don't see a lot of plant farms that often, and you know, it's really interesting to see. Um, you know, like just a different country. And I've never seen Singapore before, So that's why I was really intrigued by those videos. They were really fun to watch, and I really recommend anyone that is here in the stream and anyone out there to go check out, some of your tour videos because they are really interesting. And you definitely learn a lot, and definitely, it's interesting to see how other people in other parts of the world, grow plants and grow fish. Yeah, but no, that I really like that. Now this is something that a question that a lot of us have been getting a lot, and for you for the stream. So you do have some Asian arowana videos, and
Yeah.
Asian arowanas in Hawaii are illegal.
Yeah.
Like a lot of species in Hawaii are illegal, so we can't keep like freshwater stingrays. Asian arowana, I mean, that's pretty much illegal in most parts of the USA anyway, but like there's a lot of things we can't keep. So why don't you talk about the Asian arowana videos? I think you went to a breeder as well. Yeah, so why don't you tell us, what you have experienced with Asian arowanas, because that's something a lot of people here in Hawaii are really.
In Singapore, well, in Southeast Asia in general, Asian arowanas are a very popular fish to keep in aquariums, and most people who have a 4-foot or larger aquarium will keep an Asian arowana because for Chinese people, it's kind of like I don't want to get so much into it because I don't know about this, but it's kind of like a good luck thing to have an Asian arowana. So many people keep the fish. Same with flower horns, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I like the look of Asian arowanas, and I wanted to keep one, so I did. I did, and I don't know what to say about it, but it's a really nice, majestic fish to keep. The way it swims, I mean, if you watch King of DIY, right? His arowanas, I don't know how many he has now, but
yeah, he had like a few. He had a few that died, I remember, a while back.
yeah.
Do you still have yours?
No, mine was back in Singapore, and before coming to Japan, I actually rehomed it.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Is it legal to keep? It's legal to keep in Japan, right? Because I do see it at the fish stores.
Yes.
Really,
In Japan, it's
yeah,
legal. Yeah, but in
yeah. I see.
Singapore, the Singapore side of the aquarium, the fish keeping hobby is more like most people like to buy, sell, and trade. It's like more of a collection thing. Like some people keep fish for a couple of months and then sell it off or trade it off and bring in a new fish. Kind of change. Well, not everyone. I don't want to say everyone, but that when I was in Singapore, I was on the Facebook marketplace in quite a few different groups, and I was seeing a lot of buy sell advertisements. So yeah, so my arowana was also rehome sold to some guy on Facebook, and I hope it's doing well. Like I reached a few months later, and it was doing fine. So
That's good. Yeah.
Happy about that.
How what's it like what how is it pretty easy to keep one? Like
Yeah, it's pretty easy. They're really hardy fish. They really don't need much. Many people, if you see King of DIY's video, like his tanks, he likes to keep his tanks bare, right?
Right.
Bare without any decorations and stuff. Many people tell him to put more stuff in, put driftwood, put plants, put all this decoration stuff. But for arowanas, you don't want any of that because they I don't know, they're very unpredictable. Like sometimes they can get scared very easily and they'll dart into something and they'll hurt themselves. Sometimes they'll jump. So it's a good thing to keep the water level low, but you really want to have as few things as possible in the tank. So yeah, as much as water parameters go, they're really hardy. Yeah, it's,
Pretty good. Pretty easy.
Endly cherry bichers and those like snakeheads and those kind of stuff, those fish.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Those fish, they don't need much. I think you don't even need an air stone. For arowanas, maybe it's good to have air stone, but they're really hardy and they can take
Yeah.
quite a wide range.
Those guys are actually illegal here in Hawaii too. Believe it or not, those are actually illegal here too. Yeah. Yeah, so the only times I really see them is when I go out when I just leave Hawaii. You know, if I go to the mainland, I'll see those on the Bashirs and those guys or Japan. Yeah. So we actually have a question in regards to the arowana. So the question is certificate for arowana in Singapore. Could you explain that?
What's that?
Lisa said, question, yeah, the certificate for arowana in Singapore. Could you explain that, or just like what is the reason for the certificate?
Oh, sorry. I just realized the chat here. I was on the private chat mode the whole time and I couldn't see anything, so I was wondering if there's anyone actually watching. So now I'm in the comments. No. I see everyone. So hi everyone. Kind of crazy that I'm on a live stream, but all right. What was the reason for the certificate? Well, every arowana that's purchased, that's sold by a store, needs to have a microchip, a tag in the fish, so that they can be kind of tracked. And I'm not sure the exact reasons why, but because I really have no idea. All I know is that they have to be microchipped from when they're young, and before they're sold to people, they put a tag. They inject a tag in them. Yeah, maybe we can research that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably that like if people are trying to just ship them out of Singapore or people were just trying to, I mean, maybe release them in the wild. I don't know. Maybe that's like reasons for it. Would be my guess. Just so that things don't get out of hand. Because I'm sure Singapore. I don't think they want like that type of predator released in the wild.
Yeah, they don't. They're out there. They're out there in local rivers, the lakes.
Really?
You'll find arowanas, and you'll even find stingrays, like Motoro stingrays. I think there may be black diamonds swimming around in the ponds, so it's kind of crazy.
That's really interesting. Is there? Yeah, Lisa asks, is there anything else that they chip other than Asian arowanas?
I don't think so. I've never heard of any other fish being chipped. Just the Asian arowanas.
And Zelf asks, does anyone know the difference between an Asian arowana and a silver arowana? I think I would just have to guess. I would just say color. I mean, I know there's people more know.
Asian arowana, they mostly come from Asia, the Asia region, Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Indonesia, Borneo. And the silver arowana is in South America, and their body structure is different. Silver arowana get longer, and they're more kind of slender, and they're silver in color, whereas Asian arowanas, there's different color variations, such as gold, red, green. Oh wait, green? Yeah, there's green arowanas, and yeah, red and gold are the most popular ones. And then there's also the black arowana, which is similar to the silver arowana, but it's a little bit, has a little black coloration on its fins and stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty good, description on, the differences. Well, we can come back to Asian arowanas later if more people have questions. But the next thing I want to talk about I know you have a lot of experience with this type of fish. It's starting to become more popular here in Hawaii. I love them, and I'm really glad that here in Hawaii a lot of people are showing interest. And I'll put up the question. I had to put up the kind of hold this question off until now. But what kind of rice fish do you have?
Rice fish do you have? What kind of rice fish? I have no idea.
The medaka.
Yeah,
that's what we call it in the United States. Oh, do you have
medaka? Yeah. In Japan, the Japanese word for rice fish is medaka, so it's the same thing, same spelling. But yeah, the type we have here, it's we don't know the exact names because the way we got them were in little cups and they were just a mixed variety. So
I
just a
see.
mix of different colors. It's just like we're not trying to breed them to get the best colorations and the best strains. We're just keeping them for fun. So yeah, we have some red ones, some black ones, white ones, and some that are like red and black together. But yeah, we don't know the exact name. Like I know there's some called like Miyukis, or what else is there? I really don't know much about rice fish.
A lot of people here that like to breed them. Is in Japan, is like Medaka, like, I like to say, in my opinion, it is like the guppy of Japan in a lot of ways, because I sometimes see more Medaka in fish stores than actual guppies. I mean, that's
Yeah,
probably the ones I go to, but is that kind of like one of the more popular kind of like fish that is in Japan?
it's probably the most, aside from goldfish, it's probably the
Oh yeah.
most popular fish that people keep in Japan because anyone can keep them. They're much hardier than guppies, in my opinion. And yeah, you don't need a filter for them. Like you see the ones in the mini pond up there, you just put a few floating plants and they'll do just fine. They can live throughout the winter. Our winters here get around, I don't know how to convert it to your Fahrenheit, but in Celsius, it's maybe 3-4 degrees Celsius. And that's, sometimes we get freezing temperatures. So you'll see the rice fish ponds have a layer of ice on the water surface, but the rice fish are all okay. They're a little bit slow in the winter, but they'll survive the winter just fine.
Wow, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really hardy.
And
Yeah,
then
I
our
mean,
summers get really hot too. So our summers, we can get 40 degrees Celsius, and it's really hot. This summer, I put my hand in one of the mini ponds, and it was warm. It's crazy warm water. So I was actually quite shocked to see that rice fish were doing really well in this kind of temperature.
yeah, I mean, well, I mean, Hawaii is pretty good. It's like tropical climate, but so I mean, it's not really a concern. Yeah, like we here in Hawaii, we really do not have temperature concerns. Like that's probably one of the nice benefits that we have. Like because I'm everywhere else in the world, when people keep tubs outside or like little ponds, they have to worry about, hey, will this plant or will these fish die like in the winter, like they have to shut down the ponds. But yeah, Medaka seems like a really great, like, easy to care for fish, because in the United States, a lot of people, what they get as their first fish is like, a lot of times like those the comet goldfish.
Yeah.
And a lot of times those just die right away, but the Medaka seem like, for a first fish, those are really good options.
Yeah, they don't get big. They're about the same size as guppies, but they breed a little bit differently. It's kind of interesting to watch the way they breed because they carry the egg on the fin, yeah. And
yeah,
they breed really fast too if you give them the right environment, especially outside in ponds. I think Dean from Dean's Fish Room, he bred a ton of orange rice fish this summer, which is impressive. And he did it in big ponds. So I think he said he started with a handful. And after the summer, after they all finished breeding, he had like a couple hundred of them.
wow. Yeah, like when I was breeding, yeah, that makes sense, because when I was breeding, I was getting like, I would say maybe like 20 eggs a day, just out of like a little bit.
They produce eggs every single day. It's
every
crazy.
day. And I love that. I love that about this fish. So I was getting new eggs. So it's like just like constant. Jesse HC Aquatics or Aqua who asked this question, he breeds a few species. And there's some people here on Oahu that breed.
Some of his videos. I think he commented on the video today.
Oh really? Yeah. He has good stuff. He has some really cool setups. So okay, so keeping on this Medaka topic, Was it your uncle? And I remember seeing you do like a little mini tour of some Medaka ponds. Was it your uncle's ponds?
My uncle and aunt's ponds. So they're just
Okay.
right next door, and yeah, they have a few ponds on the
Oh.
patio. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
and the
I
rice
saw.
like high.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, they're not high-end rice fish. So they're just rice fish. They were sold on the streets, like not on the streets, but
Yeah.
in a little store by the street in little plastic bottles. So there's
Wow.
a few little babies swimming inside plastic bottles, and you get a bottle for like 400 yen, which is around 350 in US dollars. And
That's
yeah, my aunt and uncle, they don't even what's that? They don't even cycle their mini ponds. They just fill water in one day, then they let it sit for a day or two, let the chlorine go out, right? Then
right.
after those 2 days, they just pour the fish right in and they thrive in there. So
Yeah,
it's
they're
kind of
really
crazy.
hard. Yeah, honestly, like you saying, I'm saying you hearing the price just shocks me, and I'm sure it's shocking a lot of people
Yeah,
because
it's
those
not
like,
high end rice
I mean,
fish.
even if it's just like low end stuff, that for us, like we would be probably paying like $5 to $10 a fish,
Yeah.
still. Yeah, honestly, I gotta have you send me some rice fish.
I don't know how to do that. I've been asked a few times, but I think
Yeah.
it's a really tough process. You have to have a license,
Oh yeah,
both.
no, I'm just joking. Yeah, it's difficult because yeah, you got to get everything right. Like especially shipping to Hawaii on our end, but like like people always ask me too when I go to Japan, can I bring back rice fish? And it's like I want to. Um, there's like a lot. I like the wild. Like I may be weird on this because they're just plain, but I like the wild ones. I think they're really interesting. Just
Wild ones.
the wild Medaka is just all gray. I think that's kind of
Oh
cool.
yeah. I think we might have a few in there. We call them the
Mm.
black rice fish, but they're more gray in color. They look wild.
Yeah, like they're like a few bucks, honestly, which is really good. When I see them at the stores. So yeah. Well, I think I covered everything I want to talk about. Is there anything else you want to mention or say about what you do or your channel?
Um, Not really. Well,
Not really.
I'm kind of focusing more into aquascaping now because I don't know. I talked to Stephen Chong in the beginning of this year, and he kind of got me inspired and made me want to get into this side of the hobby. So now I'm kind of very much into this, and yeah, I still love all the other stuff, but I'm
Do you
focusing
oh
on.
and also did you enter you entered right into the IAPLC?
Yes, right here.
What was that process? Oh, you got your certificate?
Yeah,
Yeah, congratulations on entering.
thanks.
It's like
That's yeah, I didn't really care about the ranking this year. I just wanted to enter.
it's really cool to enter. I actually held off from entering this year. I never entered before, um, and um, and I held off, and um, I'm gonna wait until next year. I have a nice 70 75p that I'm currently hardscaping right now.
What is
But
it? 75?
70 I'm sorry, I don't know if it's a P. Yeah, 75p. It's the oh wait, I think I don't know. I may have gotten the model wrong, but I think it's a 75p. It's the 30, like it's the one that's close to a 40 breeder. It's a discontinued ADA model that I got. So I'm skipping that. Yeah, because the biggest ADA one I had previously was the 20U, which is I'm sorry, not the 20, the 60p, which is what you have, in the background.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited. Are you planning on entering next year too?
Yes, I am.
It's all fun. It's really fun. Yeah, it's like I always like want to give it a shot. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah. Okay. 75p. That's my buddy there helping me out. Yeah. So okay. Well, you know what? I think we want to head into the Q&A session.
All right.
Sure, yeah. If you have any questions that you picked up on the stream, just shoot them out, and Ryo can answer them. Jay Z said, "Can you talk about the Boost 2018, 2015?" I think that's for me. 2000. So I can talk about this while questions come in. So the Ghost 2008 and the Ghost 2015, they're like, I have the 15. It's not that popular. The 2008 is probably one of the more popular ones besides 2011. The 2011 is, the boost that's like the most popular boost out there. It's like the main one. And collectors will go out there, will find something similar, and to kind of make it like seem like it's like related, or like just to help it sell more, they'll name it very similarly, and they'll put like the year that they found it, or not the year that they found it, but like stuff like that. Actually, yeah, the year that they found it. I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting lost here, but yeah, so that's how it works. And I like to just say like the Ghost 2018 and 15, they're just ripoffs, and that's really what they are. They're not related at all to the 2011. They just look similar, but they're really not the same. But people like me, I mean, the pricing on those are still expensive. So I mean, there's still kind of a higher end boost, but yeah, they're not the 2011, the Brownie Ghost 2011. That's my personal favorite. Okay, so Jesse said, Ryo, what part of the hobby are you currently more into, the plant aquascaping side or the fish side?
Definitely the plant side.
Yeah, it's
the selection you have here. Back in Singapore, I like plants as well, but I mean the quality of plants compared to Japan and Singapore is much different, and especially because I like my local fish store. The nearest fish store to me is Aqua Review, and they're a plant specialist store. They specialize in aquatic plants, and after seeing those plants, I got really interested, especially in crypts, because I know that crypts are very hardy. They don't need much, and they can. There's many different varieties, different colors. So right now I'm into the plant side, but I still love fish.
Yeah, crypts are great. Yeah, I totally get you. Crypts are nice. I think you did. I saw your video about the pink panthers that you got, right? The pink crypts.
Yeah, flamingo. I don't know.
Yeah,
are they the same? Flamingo and panther?
Yeah, they're like the same. Some people like to say. Some people say they're different. For the most part, some people say some get bigger than the others, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, but did you get them from 88 Tissue Cultures? Is that where you got yours?
I got them as a gift from Aquafield. I think you've heard about Aquafield in Asakusa. I think you messaged me once saying I have to go there sometime.
Yeah. Oh, that one. That was the one with like the puffers, right?
Yeah, the puffers.
Yeah, I remember that. So yeah,
a bunch of unique fish.
Yes,
and one of the workers, one of the staff there, has a farm of those pink panthers, pink flamingo crypts. So he was growing them immersed, and he had a whole bunch of them, like 3 trays of them. And he just reached out to me and said, "I know you're into crypts. I'll send you a few." So yeah, I was really lucky to get them. And at that time, I didn't know anything about pink flamingo crypts. So I was just on the spot, like researching, what are these crypts? They look pretty interesting. So yeah, I accepted them and thanked him a lot because after he sent them, I realized that they're really rare and quite hard to come by. So really fortunate.
Yeah, if you want more, I know ADA makes tissue cultures of the pink crypts. So that's how you could get more if you. But but they are very hard to come by. Here in Hawaii, not that many stores. I mean, really, only a few stores bring them in or sell them occasionally. And for the most, really the only way to get them in the United States is just from a few sites, or I mean, I don't know, maybe they're a little. I think they're a little bit more common in the United States, but they're not like one of those like with NTIs where are just like you can just get them anywhere, right? So, but yeah, I really like them. They're for those of you who don't know what they are, they're all pink, just a pink crypt. That's why people like them. They're pink. You don't see that, right? Like for plants that often, right? You don't see that many pink plants. You get reds, but you don't get like this really interesting pink color. So that's why a lot of people like them. Okay, so next question, and I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm not putting this up on this. I have this feature I can do this. If I had one day in Singapore, what would be the one aquarium store that you would recommend?
It depends what you're into, because there's so many types of stores. There's stores just for goldfish, stores that specialize in plants, specializing in aquascaping. Uh, if you wanna see a bunch of different fish, you'd go to Clementi. Clementi C328 is the store to go to, but in that area, there's like 4 stores right next to each other, and they all carry different fish: monster fish, small fish, community fish, African cichlids. They have everything there, and that's a place where you'd want to go if you're into fish and plants as well. They have plants as well. And I have a video about that, so the C328, yeah. But I only took a video of that one store, of the most popular one. But in that area, there's like 3 or 4 other stores right beside it. So that's the place to go.
Yeah, if I ever go to Singapore, I'll definitely have to look at some of your videos and contact you about which ones to go. Yeah, Kalihi Pet had some crypts too. Oh, nice pickup. Yeah, I didn't know they brought in pots, so that's good. I remember they brought in some like Snow White pots, but like, they were really small. But yeah, I remember they had those. So that's good that they're bringing in the pink crypts. Okay, so I'll put this up now. What is your favorite plant?
It's my favorite plant. This one keeps changing, but currently it's Microsorum trident, the trident lava fern. I think it's such a cool centerpiece plant. I like the narrow leaf as well, but right now I really like the trident.
Trident's nice. Actually, for those of you who are sticking around for the auction, I'm actually auctioning off. I'm sorry?
You have some for sale.
I do have some for sale on my Etsy shop, which is Aquascaping 101, but I am auctioning off. That's one of the plants that will be auctioned off tonight. So if you want to get your hands on some, stick around for the auction. Should be a lot of fun. But remember, that's only for Oahu residents only. But again, I do have it on my Etsy shop. So if you are not living in Oahu or you don't win it, you can get it there. But it's a really nice plant. I really like it. It's especially for a bigger tank too. When it grows,
it's a grower.
Oh, they had it at the Sumida Aquarium, right? Like on one of the tanks. But yeah, go.
Yeah, it's a slow grower, but if you give it time and you give it the right conditions, it'll grow into a really nice, dense piece. And it can be a centerpiece plant. It's really nice. Right now, I've got a little cup I got as a tropical pot. I'm growing it out slowly, and hopefully I can use that in one of my future scapes.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, it does take a lot to grow. That's the one thing. But it's still too. You have a few months. It will grow in and it'll look nice. Okay. Anyways, next question. What's up, Ryo? Are you planning to add more tanks to your room? I know you already have a few already. Will you get more to fill up the room?
Which room? I have 2 rooms. I have one outside the garage fish room, and this one that I'm sitting in right now, which I call the mini studio. Yeah, I still got to change the names. I don't like the name of mini studio. I want to change it in the future. But for this room, I'm not getting any more tanks. I have this one behind me, and if you watch my video that I posted today, this morning, you'll see that I got another tank. And yeah, so those are the 2 tanks that are gonna be in this room, and it's gonna stay that way for quite a while. And for the garage, the garage fish room, I might add a few more, but slowly, because I don't have all the time in the world to do maintenance and take care of each tank, so I have to plan it through and take my time with those tanks.
Gotcha. Let's see. Okay, next question. Ryo, have you thought of breeding fish? What would you breed?
All right, I've thought about this. I really wanted to breed the Sabor resplendens, the red fin red nose. That's what we call it in Japanese, red fin red nose. Sabor resplendens, or the Asian rummy nose rasbora, is, I think, the common names. That is what I really want to breed, but the ones I got sick, and now I'm treating them. They seem to be doing much better now, but I want to try to breed those in the future, and I want to breed smaller fish like I want to breed German blue rams sometime in the future. What else? Like, there's no specific fish right now, but small fish. Maybe chili rasboras, ember tetras, if I can. I don't know. Yeah, it's more kind of just for fun, and I don't want to force them to breed, but I just want to let them do their natural thing.
Yeah, totally. I'm not a big breeder myself, but sometimes I get lucky and they breed.
Yeah. What I want to do with a garage fish room is I want to create like a nice jungle environment where they will breed by themselves.
Oh, I see. Yeah, kind of make it like a natural kind of habitat. Like we put like a bunch of plants. Yeah, get that. Yeah, that'll be cool. And you gotta definitely update us and show us the videos of you doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there any other questions that you have for Ryo? And yeah, just shoot them out, and then if not, we can head to the head to the auction. But yeah, any last questions that you have for Ryo while he's here? I mean, these questions have been great so far.
Yeah.
And actually, I'll ask you a question because I actually had a few for you.
All right. Yeah, sure. Let's keep going. We still have a bit more time.
Yeah, we have 10 minutes left of our time. That's how much longer we have. So please, don't feel free to ask anything. But what was your favorite fish store that you have toured so far? So I know you said Sumida Aquarium, but what was your favorite fish store?
Fish store. Wow, this one's a hard one. Wait, I like so many of them.
Me too. It's hard to choose.
I watched many of yours, and that made me want to go there and take videos of them. Like Shinjuku Aqua Forest.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my favorite ones. I like the atmosphere. The background music playing is really calming, and you have all these green plants. It's just really relaxing to be there. I think that's one of my favorite ones. Aqua Forest, Shinjuku.
Aqua Forest, Shinjuku. Yeah, they have one right by the Sky Tree too. I know they have 2 stores.
I haven't been to that one. I wish I did, but
me too. But the Shinjuku one's really nice. It's kind of hard to find, and that's everyone's. Like even Steven Chong said he understands it's difficult to find because you got to go underneath. I know you're from Japan, so it's probably not an issue for you, but for us foreigners, it is a kind of a challenge to navigate because we get lost. But it's such a really beautiful
too if I try to go in the future.
Yeah, you got because it's like Like you gotta go down. You gotta find the right stairs to go down. I mean, sometimes I enter through Shinjuku Station, depending on where I am, because I normally stay in Shinjuku, so it's like a walkable distance for me. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, have you ever thought about coming to Hawaii?
Yeah, I have. I watched a few videos from other fish YouTubers like Tazawa Tanks go to
Yeah,
Hawaii.
Zanville.
Yeah, just seeing the place is really beautiful, and it makes me want to go. And I watch Hawaii 5-0 sometimes. So
Oh, you watch actually? Do you watch the new one or do you watch the old one?
I think, is it the new one or the old one?
The new one just ended. I watched that show too. It's a really good show.
Yeah,
I think I was actually in an episode in the background, like an extra.
I
But
watched
yeah,
quite a few of them. I don't like follow each episode in order, but yeah, I've watched quite a few of those because my mom enjoys it. So yeah, so I also enjoy it, and as well as Magnum PI.
Yeah, I watched that too.
Yeah, I like cars, so me just seeing the Ferrari and the driving through Hawaii is really nice.
Yeah, it's a sight
So
to
I want to
see.
go to Hawaii there for sure.
Yeah, you gotta see it. Like, yeah, it's really nice. Just know that all the crime that happened in that show, that's like never happens normally.
Yeah,
like,
I thought about that. I thought, would this actually happen in Hawaii? I thought,
oh
it
no,
can't be real.
it's like they rob the same bank like every episode. That does not happen normally in Hawaii. Just know that.
I thought,
but yeah, the cars are cool. Magnum PI, I think they had like the Supra one episode. Like one of the guys that actually bought plants for me a while back, he actually is kind of like he works with like the cars for both of those shows and some of the movies.
Oh, really?
So
That's super cool.
Yeah, so he goes with Ferrari, and so that was cool talking with him. But yeah, it's a really cool show. But yeah, no, you definitely got to come here, and if you do plan on coming, just hit me up. The people in Hawaii up, we can show you around, and
yeah, I will for sure.
Tell you where to go.
Thank you.
Yeah, we would love to have you there. Okay, anyways, let's see. Next question: are you a part of a fish club? And if so, what is the club like?
No, I'm not. I'm not a part of any fish club. I still haven't heard of any fish clubs here in Japan, so I have to research a little bit, ask around, see if there's any fish clubs near me. But if I find one, I'm sure there are fish clubs in Japan, but I just haven't heard of any around where I stay. So maybe in the future I'll join one.
Yeah, it's a lot of benefits, but from doing that, especially our club, like a lot of members get benefits for being
I get jealous watching sometimes. In America, there's all these fish clubs, and you get to trade stuff, buy all these special plants, and it seems like fun, and you get to learn a lot.
Yeah, and I think one of the benefits, I don't know if every club does this, but our club at least, we get a nice discount at our fish stores for like fish and plants. So yeah, that's nice. Okay, let's see. Next question. No, we will not be accepting those as payment for the auction. And this is a Hawaii question. Have you eaten spam before?
Oh, spam! I think I have. Those canned things, right?
Yeah, I think they have it in Japan. I think I've seen it in 7-Eleven in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of it?
So yeah, they took out a can of spam and they served it out, and yeah, I like it.
Yeah, like we eat it with breakfast. Like we eat it with rice. I eat it sometimes with eggs. So yeah, it's like it's a staple here.
We had
we can if you have eggs. Yeah, you can have it. Spam musubi. That's really good. It's really spam is expensive in Japan. Yeah, here in Hawaii, it's like a few dollars a can. So it's pretty good. But yeah, we can if you ever come, we can take you night torching, which is collecting at night, in the shallow tide pools. That's a lot of fun. So yeah. Okay. So last question: how many languages do you speak?
Oh, how many languages do I speak? Well, fluently, I can speak English and Japanese. Fluent. But then I don't know if I can say this, but I can speak and understand a little bit of Spanish. I learned Spanish back when I was in school. And Mandarin, I used to speak fluent Mandarin, which is a Chinese language. It's like Chinese. What they mainly speak is Singapore and China Mandarin. So I could speak that fluently when I was young, but I moved to an American school, and then English became my main language. So I kind of forgot a lot of that Mandarin, but I can still speak and understand a little bit. So Mandarin, Spanish, English, and Japanese.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, actually. I take Japanese in class, and
Oh, you do?
yeah, I do. But yeah, I'm not fluent or anything, but it does help when I'm in Japan, especially at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fish stores.
It
Especially how
helps.
far
Even
out
if
from
it's just a few words, even if it's just a couple of words, a couple of simple sentences, I think it helps a lot. Because I also
Oh yeah.
learned a little bit of Tagalog, the Philippine language. And when I went to Philippines once, just knowing a tiny little bit helps you get around places. So
Just
it's
just
good.
know just know how to ask where's the bathroom. That's why people tell me if you know that you're good. Yeah, well that's good. I mean, I really recommend that though. Like just the picking up just some short like directional phrases and sentences when if you go to Japan, it will definitely help you the long way because a lot of times things can be kind of confusing. Let's see. Okay, so yep, Mr. Guppy is here from Texas. Um, and yeah, so Lisa wants to know how old are you?
Oh, damn, not many people know this.
If you
I
don't
don't.
want to share it,
No. It's just I've never said this before, but I've
oh
actually
really?
replied to a couple comments in my videos of people asking me, but I've never said it out loud in my videos before. So, wait, how old do you think I am?
Well,
Oh,
I'll guess. Lisa's thinking 24. I don't know because I'm 16, so I'm sure you're way older. I'm guessing you're in the 20s too. I would guess 22,
oh
23,
my
23.
goodness, you're perfect.
I
20,
am. Is it 22?
yeah, 22.
I figured. Yeah, because you seem very young. Not very young, but like like nothing
Many
like.
people think I'm younger than my actual age. So they think I'm like 16, 15.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah.
Yeah, no, I knew you were like you're past high school. Um, yeah, so well, I got it on the money. That's
Nice guess.
cool.
Perfect.
Thank you. Yeah, perfect guess.
So only
Um,
how many people are watching the stream right now?
it's kind of like it's nice. Only past members or people that are watching for the club know
Yeah.
this. That's
I don't know when
cool.
I'll ever reveal that. So
Yeah, I
only
don't
you
really
know.
know.
But maybe
Yeah,
if the channel gets
just
100,000, I'll
You,
reveal it. But
you should do an age review. Say if this video gets 100,000 likes, 100,000 views, I will reveal my age. Yeah. Oh, and Lisa says, does your uncle let you drive his Volkswagen?
no, I want to try driving his Volkswagen, but I can't drive it because the insurance doesn't like it doesn't it only covers for him to drive the car. So if someone crashes it, it doesn't cover it. So only he can drive it.
Yeah.
It seems like a
Yeah. Same.
pretty
Same for.
difficult car to drive.
Hmm. Yeah. Same for my car. Yeah. Insurance. because
Oh,
it doesn't
yeah,
cover
in
else.
America, in Hawaii, you can drive at 16. Is that right?
Yes, that I can. Yeah, I'm getting my license by the end of this month. I should, if I pass the test, I can drive. I have a license.
Good luck.
What is the age in Japan? Thank you.
18.
Oh wow.
18. But I got mine at 21. I got mine last year. And that's because
Oh, I
before that, I
see.
was in Singapore. And in Singapore, you really don't need a license. You don't need a car because it's such a small country.
Oh.
Most people get around by bus or train, public transport. So, yeah, in Singapore, I didn't drive.
And do you isn't the drinking age like 18 too in Japan?
Yeah, I think
Isn't
it's
that lower too?
18 or was it 20? I think it's 18. Yeah.
I remember it was lower than because it's 21. So we can get our license earlier, but we can't drink alcohol later. So that's kind of like the trade-off there. But yeah, so that's cool. Singapore is really small. So
it's so small. So you can go to like all the fish stores in a single day if you wanted to.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, like because I mean, I guess you can. I mean, it's big. Like Tokyo is big, but it's kind of the same thing, right? You don't really need a car. You can just take the JR line.
Compare Tokyo and Singapore, it's around the same size.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah. So Tokyo and Singapore is very similar.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I never been, so I didn't really know exactly how big Singapore was. But yeah, that's kind of small for a country. But yeah. Let's see. Any final questions that you have? Shoot them out. Because we're kind of getting towards the end. We're kind of at the end already of this portion. But we'll let those come in. But in the meantime, Ryo, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting. This is fun. Like it's my first time, but I had a good time.
We're glad. So, yeah, we would love to have you back later on for another one if you're interested. But like, yeah, because you had some projects to do. You can give us some updates later on. But again, thank you so much. I really wanted you. You were one of the first people that I asked to come on. Because I knew who you were, I knew what you do, and your channel and what you have done for your channel. So I knew it'd be an interesting stream to have you here. And Mr. Guppy says you should get some betas. People love betas.
Oh yeah. Betas are nice.
Yeah, you can get the wild ones. But
maybe I'll get one of my Aquascape tanks in the future.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, like a nice little show beta would be really cool. Yeah. Well, you are free to stay on if you want to be here for the auction. I don't know if you want to. If not, you can. You're free to go. But
I don't know. Maybe I'll stay around for a couple of more minutes because I don't really have much to do right now.
Yeah, sure. You can help me with the auction. Sorry. There's one final question. Would you use dirt or only aqua soil? What is your recommendation?
I like aqua soil because I don't have any experience with dirt. I don't know how to use dirt. I don't want to how does everyone do it? They get dirt from the backyard or something, and then they.
It depends. People have their different methods. Yeah, I like aqua soil. It has
seems complicated, and you never know what's inside it. And I don't know how to use it as well. So I just go with a simple aqua soil.
Yeah, I like aqua soil too. I prefer it. It's really simple. Okay, well,
soil is easy to work with. With dirt, like I watch MD fish tanks, but you gotta put a cap over it, right? So like a sand cap or gravel,
right?
And you don't want to let that dirt get into the water column because there's a bunch of nutrients and just makes your tank, the balance go all off and stuff. So I don't want to have to deal with that so much. Maybe I'll try it in the future, but for now I'm sticking with aqua soil.
I agree. I love aqua soil. It works. stick with what works for me. Okay, well, I think that's pretty much it. Ryo, you can stay on for this, but we're gonna head into the auction, so you can see how this works, and you can see the plants
Yeah.
and the fish that we're.
What?
But okay, so let me share my screen, and this is what everyone's been waiting for. So let's share the screen. I have it's kind of simple. This is a test auction, right? Kind of something we did last minute, because people were asking, and we want to you kind of have an auction. So this month, everybody, this would normally be the this will be normally be the month that we would have our fish show. Every year we have a annual fish show where we would have aquascaping competitions, like fish grow competitions, like a lot of different other cool categories. People will submit their tanks and fish, and it's a lot of fun. And we would have a mega auction every year. But unfortunately, obviously, due to the current pandemic, we can't do that. So just consider this kind of the mini makeup, or like the mini kind of I don't know what the this is just like a little filler that we have for that. And if it goes well, we can do this for our streams. We can auction off some cool stuff. But people were asking. I guess I want to kind of clarify a few things before we get into like the actual rules. This is for only Oahu people, because we don't want to deal with shipping out fish to neighbor islands. And that's kind of how it would be anyway, right? For like our auction, it would be only Oahu people. If you do like know someone who's willing to like pick up your fish and ship it out for you, then by all means, you have to work it out with them. That can happen. Fish or plants, but yeah, Oahu only, please. And also those who that fail to honor their auction, like bid, like so if you win and you don't contact the seller, or like you don't contact and make arrangements for pickup, you will be like unable to participate in future auctions. So please, if you're gonna bid, please make sure that you are willing to pay and you are willing to pick up and make an arrangement to do so. But without but other than that, it should be a lot of fun. We have some like 9 items to go through. It's going to be a small one, and we have some pretty cool species of fish and plants. So I just want to ask everyone, can everyone see this? Like, it's really like simple, but this is kind of like what we're gonna do. But this is kind of like okay, I guess Jesse wants to ship it out. I guess he can. Yeah, okay, you can do that, Jesse. Jesse has the most items anyway, so yeah, okay, I guess you can work out with Jesse. But yeah, anyways, rules. Yeah, I kind of went over this. Oahu Airsin's only non Honolulu Aquarium Society members can participate. So kind of like just like the mega auction, non-HAS members could have participated in that. So we're gonna have that for these online auctions. But when we do return in person, please make sure that you do become a member, because in person only members can participate in normal meeting auctions. Oh, I'm sorry. If you win, yeah, please. We'll have contact. We'll have the contact information on the screen. Yeah, we'll have contact information on the screen, so that's how you can reach out. $1 increments only. So this will be in the chat. So only in the chat. Please bid. $1 increments only. Let's say some people, okay, and this is an example I want to go over. Let's say someone, like 2 people put like $1 at the same time. The first person to put the dollar is the one who has that like bid. So yeah, like it's kind of like the first come first serve. So that's how it's gonna work. Because we don't really have like an auctioneer doing this. I guess I'm like the auctioneer, but yeah. So $1 increments only. So like you can't bid like 50 cents higher. It has to be $1. And all proceeds will go to HAS. Everyone who We had, some people, including myself, donate some fish and plants for this auction, and all the proceeds will go to the Honolulu Aquarium Society, and to support our club with that. So yeah, so with that said, why don't we begin with the first item on the list, and this is Lisa's item, and this is a Gardnerite killifish pair. The starting bid is $5. So we're just gonna go until really, like, I'm just gonna say, like, I'm just, I will go until, like, there's no more bids really going on. But starting bid is $5. This actually was our grow out fish. So like I said, we for our fish show, we will have like competitions. Grow out is one of them, and this was our grow out fish, and a lot of people bought a lot of these killifish to grow out to enter the competition, and it's really unfortunate that we can't have that this year. But a lot of us are breeding them. Like, they bred for me. Like, I didn't purposely plan on breeding them, but yeah. So you can start bidding now. The starting bid is $5. And it comes with a nice pair. Lisa does a great job with her fish, so you will be sure to have a really good looking, very healthy fish. She does a very good job making sure that the water is clean, everything's well maintained. She does a really good job with her fish. You're gonna get a high quality pair here. But starting bid's $5. It's a really good price. I think Lisa said they're like 8 to like 8.5 weeks old, if I'm not mistaken, Lisa. But yeah, so it's a pair, and you can start the bidding. We can see if no one's gonna bid. We can go for, yeah. I'll wait a little bit more. 8.5 months old. Okay, so yeah, this is a pretty good pretty sizable pair for because the age. So yeah, it's a really good deal. Fish stores will sell these for like $15 and a pair, and I think they're like smaller. So this is a really good, really good. Yeah, and they can be colony bred too. So that's a nice thing about this fish. Yeah, they're really easy, really hardy. Like I said, they really just breed on their own if you have the right, like, yeah, 50 Malo Pets have sold them for $15 a pair. Yeah. So like I said, it's a good deal. They're really easy. If you want, they can breed easily for you. And it's a really beautiful little nano fish to have. Okay, we'll go for like a few more, like 30 seconds. If no one's gonna bid, we can move on to the next item. But yeah, I mean, it's a good deal. I mean, even if you just bid them for $5, it's still a really good deal. Okay, so Jesse said you better bring down your price. If you do, let me know, because your items are next. I mean, your items I think are like a little bit worth more depending on what it is. I actually forget how much you sell your stuff for. But okay, we're gonna move on. If you are interested in getting some of the Garnerite, you can contact Lisa. She has, I think you have a bunch, Lisa, and yeah, you can get from her. So we're gonna move on. This next item is very, very, very cool, very cool. And I think Jesse's saying he ships out. So who ship out. So if you are not on Oahu, I guess anywhere in the USA. I don't know what he's gonna do, but he can ship out. This is a really cool, really interesting fish, and you're getting 3. You're getting a trio now, so that's a really good price. I'm starting bid at least. And these are Pseudomugil cyanodorsalis. Now, just look at the photos. These are really beautiful fish. They're decently hardy. These things can go all the way into salt water. Like, they're a brackish water type of fish. I don't know if Jesse has them in brackish or fresh right now, but I know they can tolerate like the full spectrum. You can go from fresh to salt, which is really cool. And if you look at the fins, when they show them off, they're really beautiful. This is my favorite Pseudomugio species. I really have not seen anything better right now. But yeah, this is open to anyone. Or you keep them in brackish. Okay, so that's kind of like middle. Yeah, it's kind of higher brackish. Yeah, okay. So he has them in brackish water. But brackish water is still like really easy to care for. Like I don't know if I think I kept these with like my Opai Ula shrimp before together because like they're brackish water. So, but yeah, they're still really cool. You can go for a little bit more. I still really think you should really take advantage of the bid here because it's a really good price and these things are like really cool fish. But if no one's gonna bid on them, we actually have two pairs or two I'm not pairs two trios. And yeah, and Jesse has some videos. Jesse's been breeding them for a while. I had them a while back too. But yeah, Jesse's been breeding them and they're really cool. So this is one of the harder ones to find as well. So I guess no one's gonna bid. We'll move on. But again, if you're interested in them, Jesse has them for sale, but I think they're more expensive than $10. But we can move on to our item number 4. Okay, so we have a green Hulk guppy pair. So for your guppy fanatics here, this is something you may want to take a look at. So these are sorry, we skipped ahead. Oh no, we're good. Okay, so starting bid $10. I think these go for way more than this. And these are really nice guppies. Jesse breeds them. And yes, all the proceeds go directly to the Aquarium Society. So everyone who is putting up stuff, we're not making any money. This is all for the club. So if you want to help support the Honolulu Aquarium Society, we will really appreciate it. But yeah, like I mean, still all of these fish are really cheap. They're on the cheaper end. Even starting bid, like there's not that many people bidding, so definitely take advantage of what is going on right now. But yeah, these green Hulk guppy pairs, starting bid is $10. We're gonna go to plants later. We're doing like what we normally do for Hastings. We get the fish and then we go to plants later. But yeah, we're doing the fish first, so plants come later. But yeah, I don't know, Jesse, is there anything else you want to say about these Achilles? Or not Achilles, these guppies? Yeah, the starting bid is $10 for a pair. So that's a really good price, and these guys are pretty hardy. But yeah, I guess no one's gonna bid on these two. Come on, guys, let's start bidding. Start getting these bids. Yeah, these things normally sell for $20 and up. I think that I wanted to say 20. I forgot the exact price. Yeah, like I mean the pick is nice, but like these things look a lot better. Trust me, Jesse's a good breeder. So he knows how to really get the nice colors out of them, and he has really nice strains.
Those are cool. Green Hulk guppies. I've never heard of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of different types of guppy species.
Yeah, and green's my favorite color, so
yeah, this one's really nice. Yeah, people should really be bidding on this. This is really nice. Yes, all the fish look really good. Yeah, so these guppies are. I'll give everyone like a last call for these. Then we'll move on. I really should. You know what? Jesse, I'll bid $10 on the Ciano dorsalis if you're interested in doing that since no one has bid on the Ciano dorsalis. I'll do a trio for $10 if you are interested in that. Yeah, Jackalope, are you interested in the Green Hulk guppy pair, or the Gardner Achilles? I don't know if Lisa is okay with holding the Gardner Eye, but We'll move on. I'll bid $10 on the guppies. Okay, so just contact Jesse on Facebook, HC Aqua or HC Aquatics on Instagram. The info is right there, so you can screenshot or just copy that down. But that's Jesse's info, so that's where you can reach out to him for the guppies. And yeah, so thank you so much for bidding. And remember, all the proceeds from this auction will go to the Honolulu Aquarium Society. So yeah, definitely, we appreciate anything, any bids coming in. All right, so item number 5, we have now these are cool. Now these are rare fish, these are sometimes can be kind of hard to find. This is one of those things that is kind of hard to find. These are Everglades pygmy sunfish, and you're getting a pair. So this is a cool little fish. This is a really cool little fish, and I'll actually start the bid off as $10 because I actually want these. Yeah, I told Jesse I would get some from him when they grew out, when he first got them. So I think they're pretty much ready for that. So I'll bid $10 for a pair. But yeah, I mean, these things are really cool. I really think that these are a great little nano fish to have. If you're into kind of like those the tiger baddises and all those type of little nano fish, these will be a little cool neat addition to your little nano tank. I think they're pretty easy to breed for the most part. I could be wrong, but I think Jesse does a really good job breeding them. And yeah, they stay pretty small. Like you can see in the photo, like they stay pretty small. Well, let's see. I'll give everyone maybe like 30 more seconds to place a bid if they are interested. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else. Yeah, I don't know about that either. You're the only one that I know of so far that has them. Let's see. Yeah, but these things are really cool. Yeah, they're pretty rare in Hawaii. Jesse, how much do you sell them regularly for a pair? There you go. Got some bids coming in. I'll go again at 13 because I think they're really cool. But yeah, keep on bidding, guys. What is Jesse? What is your normal price on these? But like anyways, but yeah, these are really cool. Like if you you get these things to grow like really well. Oh, you never sold them? Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember. I remember. I don't know if I was gonna buy some off of you when you brought them in. But yeah, these are a cool fish. Yeah, so like they're very uncommon in Hawaii. First time, yeah, probably if that's the case, is the first time they are being sold or auctioned in the States. So that's pretty cool. 15. So if you win, you'll be the second person on the island with it. Yeah, so we'll keep the bids coming in. I'm already getting the Ciano dorsalis, so I can hold off on these. But if anyone else wants to bid, go ahead. Jackalope. Yeah, these things are cool. These things kind of have like the blue spots too. I know there's like another one that kind of has more blue, but this is still nice. Yeah, Jesse, how big do they get? Okay, so Jackalope, we'll give everyone like 15 seconds. If anyone wants to top the bid right now, it is $15. If anyone wants to place anything higher, go ahead. But 15 is the highest right now. But only like a fourth of an inch. Yeah, so these things taste pretty small. Jesse, I think if you have extra, I'll buy some too. When I come to pick up the Ciano dorsalis. But yes. Okay, so I think that's about it. I don't think anyone's gonna bid. So Jackalope, congratulations, you won again. So you already have just contact info, so you have another item. So congratulations. So that is the last of the fish. So we'll give. So if anyone's interested in the Garner Killifish, I took a pair of the Ciano dorsalis trios. There's another one. Jay-Z said, check your Instagram, Ryo. think he wants to send you a message, but the guppy pair is gone, I believe. Yeah, so if anyone wants the Garner Achille or one more Ciano Dorsalis, put that down below in the chat. If not, we're going to be moving on to plants. So we have two stems of this. Now, yes, the starting bid is $40, and now, yeah, you may be wondering, $40 for a little plant? Well, just know this is a really cool, pretty hard to find plant, and this was
That is cool. I've never seen that before.
yeah, before. This is a rare one, Rio. This is really rare. It actually started to become more popular. It's nice. It's called Ludwigia. Now this is where I'm gonna butcher the name, and I did before. I call it like Cephiocara, like Scarpa Mini. Like I just like make up my own like pronunciation. It's not that hard to take care of. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, okay, I would say if you have like just normal soil, then like no. So if you have like normal aqua soil, decent light. I mean, like CO2 helps, but like even with that, this thing can last in those conditions. I've grown it before. It's pretty simple. Robert started off with a few stems, and Robert's our president, and he's been able to grow. Like you see, like he has a bunch in that tank. These things. So I'll say this: is the pink submerged growth? Yes, that is submerged growth. And actually, Jay-Z, these things, it depends on the lighting of what you have. But when I got mine in, and when I was growing out mine, I sold mine because I didn't want it to, I didn't like want to grow it out anymore, and I wanted to get some other stuff. But when I had mine was fully red, like it was like dark red, and I mean the pink is like kind of like a lower like light. I don't know what Robert has it growing under, but like this thing can get dark red. I'm just gonna say that. And it stays pretty small too. Like it kind of grows off of like a rhizome. It's a really interesting way how it grows. But yeah, Ludwigia Cephiocara Mini. When I purchased mine, and I'll say this, I paid 120 plus shipping for one stem. And like it's not even like this big. Like Robert's gonna give you a nice tall stem, like maybe like a fourth of the size of like these stems up here up front. Like maybe like where you can see his cursors where it cuts off. That's how big I got. Like it was like a little disc, honestly. It's what it looked like. So at $120, that was a while ago. These things kind of dropped in price. But still, they are worth a lot. They're still worth a good amount. And $40 is a steal for sure. For sure. So
crazy. That's cool plants.
Yeah, these are cool plants. And again,
the leaf texture is really cool. And the color.
Yeah, it is, right? Yeah. Let's see. Is it CO2? I grew it in CO2. I don't think from like my own experience, like and like growing it, like these types of plants, you don't need CO2. It does help, but you don't really need it. You can get away with it, but you gotta make sure your water's clean. And if you don't do CO2, make sure you have that aqua soil. Make sure you do have that, else that thing's gonna just die. It's just gonna melt. But aqua soil, CO2, just like it's still a really good plant. If no one is gonna bid, we can move on to the final few plants for sale. And Robert said that if these things don't sell, he's just gonna donate $80 to the club anyway. So thank you, Robert. I don't know if he's watching right now, but we thank you so much for the donations. But yeah, again, $40 plan. If you want them, they're put in the chat. But we'll move on. These are cool. Yeah, Ryo, you don't see these in Japan, huh?
Nope. Yeah, I'm sure there are rare ones out there, but I don't think I've seen this before. I know I've never seen that before.
Yeah, there's a regular size. This is the mini versions. There's a Ludwigia Cephiocara, just like a bigger size out there, like the normal size. You get the mini. Mini's cool.
I like the Pantanal.
The loop, yes. I actually have some.
Those are beautiful.
Yeah, those are really nice. I love them. A good friend of mine, Manini Scapes, here in Hawaii. He gave me some, and then I just been growing it. It's so beautiful. I love that stem plant. Maybe
Yeah.
I can purchase some
He
up
is
next.
very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Anyways, so Robert kind of had these plants that are, I guess, like more on the harder side to take care of. I mean, they're really not that bad, but like, so I kind of for my two plants I'm selling, they're on the easier side. So for those of you who don't really have the CO2s and like the the good lights and all that stuff, you can grow these easily. So first thing, Bucephalandra velvet, and I kind of forgot to put the size, but I'll give you like a nice like 10 leaf portion, like that 10 leaf, but like yeah, oh wait, actually yeah, 10 leaves portion. Like this is just an example. It's not gonna look like not gonna be like this exact like size. 10 leaves. It will either be like one or two rhizomes depending on like the ones that I choose, but you'll get around 10. You'll get like more than 10 leaves. Like I'll always throw in a little extra. Starting bid's $5. Jay Z already put
That is
$6.
so nice. I wish I was there. I would definitely bid for that.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I can. I would love to send you some stuff, but I don't know if I can. It's like
I don't
international
know.
market is always difficult. But six
Plants,
dollars,
especially plants, live things are difficult.
yeah, it really is. It really is, and it's always like the permits and stuff too, so it always gets complicated.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The
these are really
color of this plant is so nice. I want a
is
beautiful under this green.
yeah, it is a really beautiful plant. And now when I took this photo, I was growing it immersed, but I've converted it to submerged growth. So for those, if you're not into who are not into plants, so immersed basically means out of water, and that's where a lot of the farmers do. They grow them out of water so they grow faster. But when you transition them into aquarium, they can like really still they can be kind of like they will be like in shock. So so I already converted it into submerged growth, so it's already accustomed to growing in an aquarium. Can I grow it immersed in my yeah, totally you can. Just make sure this thing stays like very like it's moist. Like I think you have the mister, so just put it by there and keep this thing moist. Jay Z, $9. $10. I'll need to convert it back. Oh, that's the easy part, Jesse. Like the hard part is converting it to submerged growth, converting it back. That's like that's like easier, so you'll be fine. Yeah, that's fine. I can get if you want. I can give you some immersed boost. I don't know how much I have left though, but um, anyways, Jay Z put $9. This thing's really good. I really like it. It's really easy. So again, for those of you, and you don't and the best part is, I'll tell you this. The best part is you don't even need to have soil. This is one of the plants where you can just tie it on a rock. And if you don't have a rock or something to tie it on, I can do that for you. I'll give you like a rock and kind of I can just put it on for you. Um, and yeah, $5. Yeah, this is just a good. This is just a really good, a really nice boost of flanger. Jesse put $10. It's a really beautiful boost. Really, and it's like one of the ones with kind of like the longer leaves, more wrinkled leaves. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, and like I said,
All right.
for everyone who
Head out. I
you gotta
gotta go.
go.
Thank you so much for having me on the live stream, and thank
Oh,
you
thank you
everyone.
so much. Yeah, we really appreciate it, and we should schedule another one for a future
Yes, sometime in the future.
All right, thank you, Ryo. Nice having you on.
Thank you. See you.
Okay. So thank you so much, Ryo, again for coming on. Hope you guys enjoyed. Having him on the stream. I've talked to him a few times before, so it was really nice to actually have like a nice like call and stream with him to have like a nice conversation. But anyways, back to the auction. $10 is the top bid right now. I'll give everyone maybe like 15-30 seconds if anyone wants to top that. It's a really good plan. And like I was saying, everyone here, like Jesse has a store on the site called Get Gills. So if you are interested in some of his like fish later on, if you don't like, he's willing to ship out, but like he has a bunch of stuff on that site. Lisa has some fish too. I don't know if Lisa sells like on a platform, but reach out for her if you to her if you want guppies and some cool stuff in the killifish. Then I have my Etsy shop, Aquascaping 101, where I sell like more boosts. I sell like rare stuff too. So this is I tried to choose some of like the stuff on my site that's like really more easier to maintain. These oh, you don't sell? Okay, okay, gotcha. Good to know. But yeah, these are kind of like the more easier ones that I have. Okay, so Jesse, no one's bidding. So congratulations, you won $10. Um, I guess I'm paying you $10 and you're paying me $10. Is that how it works? Okay, moving on. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Jesse. Oh yeah, thanks for that's the Etsy shop. I don't can like you can put your yeah if you sell anything I can't put Jesse's get gills right now. Can Lisa? Yeah, we'll both pay Haas. Lisa, can you put or Jesse you can put it too, but just put your you can put your get gills so people can shop on Jesse's get gills. But anyways, our final item tonight. So if you haven't been anything and you want to spend something, I think this is a cool item to do it. Ryo talked about it earlier. Is anyone tracking these sales somewhere? Well, it's just the only people that won is Jackalope, and me and you, Jesse. So Jackalope is buying from you, and then you're buying from me, and I'm buying from you. I kind of have it like I have it kind of like written down, but like, yeah. Anyways, so anyways, moving on. This is a cool plant. Ryo was talking about it. Ryo said that this was a something that he likes. It's a good like I like to call it like a filler plant. Yeah. So Jackalope bought the. Yep, I got that. But this is a really good plant. Like it's 5 leaves, so it's like a 5-leaf portion. And what I mean by leaves, it's like one of the like these stems. It's not like one of like these like little leaves that come out. Not one of these like little trident things coming out. No, it's like the full like little leaf. That's what it is. So 5 leaves, Java for trident. This is really easy. It's really easy to grow. It will grow very bushy if you let it grow over time. So for those of you who have kind of like fry and stuff like that, it's a good hiding space. Or even in an aquascape. I really recommend it. It's really great. And if you want like Jesse too from items, if you want to get more like let's say like you win like this for example, if you want to get more, I'll sell you more for the price that you win at the auction. So because I have more of the velvet and I have more of this too, so let's say someone wins this for like $15. If you want more, like another portion, it's $15. So and that money will also go to Honolulu Aquarium Society as well. So I won't keep that money. So, but yeah, Java for Trident. It's a really beautiful plant. It's a really good deal. Honestly, it's like Ryo said, like it is a nice plant to have. Aquascapers love this stuff. That's why I grow it and that's why I sell it, because it is a beautiful aquascaping plant. And yeah, like I said, they just think it's big, bigger. So like, if you have a bigger tank, it'll be nice inside there too. And you can say, and like you can put in like a 10-gallon too for a little bit. And you can be a nice like cover plant. But yeah, doesn't need to be so. No, this is one of these easy plants too. It's one of these rhizome plants like the boost. You can just tie it on a rock or a wood piece. It's not have to be in soil at all. And actually, you don't put it in soil. I would not recommend putting it in soil, because if you put the rhizome in the soil, which is what like the leaves grow out of, then it will die. So you don't put it in soil. So like if you have a bare bottom tank, just put it on like a little rock or small wood piece and just grow it out. Like that's honestly what I like. It's just like any other Java fern. It's part of the Microsorium species, which is basically every other Java fern. It's related to the normal Java fern, but it's just the way the leaves grow makes it different. Doesn't need to be in soil, don't need CO2, no light, very easy, grow and submerge, just plop it in your tank. It will not, it's super hardy. This is the hardiest plant that's here tonight. Top bid $6. You know, this is really easy to grow. I really recommend it, but I'll give everyone like 30 more seconds. If not, Jesse will win. And then I have Jesse for the boost, and I'll have him for the fern too. I'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Jesse wins that, and that is the final item. And with that, we conclude the auction. This is the first test auction. We didn't have a lot of bids, but we did but we did, you know, a lot, but some items did sell. So for those of you who bought tonight, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. You know, as a club, we really appreciate any money coming in to support us. So this was really really great, and for everyone who donated, thank you. And yeah, this is the first test auction. We just kind of did this last minute, so hopefully when we will promote this better next time, and we can have more people here, more bids. Yeah, it's better than nothing. We'll take it. You know, it's a lot of fun. I think this can definitely go you know, bigger as we can get more people in here. And maybe we can even promote what's going to be on the auction. I don't know. If you have any tips or like suggestions on what we could do better, let us know. Let us know. Yeah, thank you guys. Well, thank you so much for coming. Yeah. Thank you, Lori. Let's see. I can't. Oh, build the chat. Just wait. Hold on, let me get the chat. Oh, there you go. Oh, thank you, Lori. Oh, thanks, Grant. Yeah. We still need to figure out a lot of things. This is a test, like Lisa says. We really need any input. So, you know, Grant, Lori, if you have anything, you know, you can you know, share and let us know. Anyone knows where you can yeah, local Facebook groups, definitely. But yeah, that basically concludes um the auction. You know, Lisa, Jesse, and Robert, we're the ones who you know, had stuff for sale. So if you want anything, I know Lisa doesn't sell, but me and Jesse, I know Robert, me and Jesse specifically, we sell some stuff. So if you ever need anything, let us know. And yeah, thank you so much for everyone for coming out. We will update you. Can you PayPal over? I gotta ask Robert how it's gonna work. I think Robert said check, but I don't know, Jesse. I gotta ask Robert how that's gonna go. Yeah, I gotta see. I think cash or check, but I can see if you can PayPal it, because if I could have PayPal'd it, like I would have been fine doing like shipping, because I would have been fine doing that. That's easier for me. So I gotta see. But anyways, thank you everyone for coming out. We'll be back next month with a date that will that, you know, we'll see. It most likely won't be a Thursday. So it'll probably be a Friday. We're aiming for the first Friday of every month. This was the first Thursday of the month. So but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And we will be back next month, and stay you know, stay ready for the any updates on Instagram, Facebook, newsletter. We'll definitely have updates coming for you on when the next meeting is and who the next guest is, and more updates on the on the auction. Yeah, if you could do PayPal, that would work a lot. Yep, setting out the auction list ahead of time. Yes, we'll definitely do that. That's something I want to do. It will definitely be helpful, and we'll see. And maybe we can open this up, I don't know, to other sellers. We gotta see. We still gotta plan it out. But for this test stream, I think it went pretty good. And you know, Ryo, you know, he was great. So I don't want to keep this outro going for this long, but thank you everyone so much for watching. And it was a lot of fun. And we should zoom our girl out. We can zoom. Yeah, we should definitely. That's a possibility. Yeah, everyone's saying their garner eyes are are huge. So we can have you guys on, share your share the size of your Gardner Achilles. Can be like the grow out competition of this year. But anyways, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Reach out to the sellers if you won, please, and I'll see everyone next month. Thanks for watching. Good night.